Alright, I wrote this rap during all the detentions that Cassidy gave me. Oh. Alright, this is a new rap.
Should be really good then.
Turn your headphones up, but before I begin, go ahead, Bonds up.
Go ahead, Bonds up.
Mrs. Cassidy, will you go to prom with me? Nerves, okay. Isn't she lovely? Well, isn't she wonderful? Well, isn't she precious? Cassidy's baby. I never thought in class we'd be taught by someone as lovely as she. Well, isn't she lovely, Cassidy? They say I got flow like a yellow raft on blue water, thanks to Cassidy, who spent some time away from her new daughter. Just to spend some time with us, a bunch of lazy such and such. Man, you got her multitasking, you can call that double Dutch, because she's jumping up and down for joy. Summer's almost here, there's no doubt we're definitely her favorite class in all her years of teaching. For the star she's got us reaching, every time we turn in late work, her trust is what we're breaching. Increasingly more difficult our school year got. Luckily, IB English teachers at the school here are hot-headed. They're hot-headed. When you don't do your homework or read your books, can't fake it for Cassidy. It's much harder than it looks. So better start reading instead of taking that nap. This is IB English senior year, but this is a rap. It goes, Mrs. Cassidy, I have the audacity to write you this rhapsody. No, it isn't basic. It's probably more like acid. It's eating away at the past, and it's seeping right into the cracks of my brain. Just in case you've heard of my rap, know that I will abstain from being too inappropriate, like blasphemy, because I don't want to be accused of sexual harassment. So I'll keep it clean. Unlike my penmanship, I swear this won't be anything like my handwriting 10 months into senior year. Ineligible for legibility, you had the capability, but more importantly, the civility to shape my abilities despite the hostility. Teach some kid from the Philippines about responsibility. And I know you weren't feeling me because I wasn't really feeling you, but I knew when you talked to me, those wounds would be healing soon. I gave you a hard time. You were working hard and I was only working part-time. I didn't take you seriously, but you had so much heart when I said this is madness. You said this is Sparta. This is just the start. This is just the start. I know that you are smart, but don't think just because Rickon loves you that I'd set you apart. Ouch. So I put on my game face, saw that I was flawed. While my eyes were watching you, their eyes were watching God. But I asked, what's the difference when Mrs. Cassidy loves us all, even though she only started teaching us after fall, but it worked out after all. Because she is an animal, makes me want to go, like Garrett said. Your ego was prego, so Mrs. King said Lego, and then So Mrs. King said Lego, and then we grew attached like Legos, and it was hard to let go. No eating in your classroom? What about Garrett's Cheez-It? But now looking back at it all, this is how I see it. You were well beyond your third trimester. We were in our first semester. Mrs. King took over for a while, and she made an investment in our education and in our futures. For that, I am grateful. We were hungry for knowledge, and you both gave us a plateful. At first, I thought it was nuts like Hazel, because a year had been interrupted. But now it just feels like everything's ending so abruptly. It's true, I'll really miss you when I'm going off to Yale, and I'll be sure to keep you posted with my electronic mail that you can read out loud to the class of 2013 who will be hurting inside from all of this stress. But we all know you'll take good care of them, because you are the best at what you do, and all the tests you put us through will now have finally paid off. The budget cuts are getting cruel. A tragic few have been laid off. It's so unfair sometimes, but you were there for them and gave support. You were a slam dunk of a teacher, even though baseball is your favorite sport. You make loud noises at random. 10 horns from the side of your head. From the pile of essays at the side of your bed. I'm not in that pile, because those horns were directed at me. Submitted it late, but you got it graded eventually. Because you're fresher than Listerine, yeah. A little bit crazy like a misdemeanor. Ain't talking crazy like Charlie Sheen, but you've hardly been around us for most of your senior year, so who knows how crazy you are, to be honest. Keeping something hard to see in your closet, your history like a secret agent. You've got a mystery, but we've got the patience to hear the story behind what's above your behind. End of the year, there's no need to be shy about those tantalizing tattoos on your lower back. How could we ignore that? We need to see more of that. And now that the year is ending, we feel so much more relaxed. No more of the heart attacks. Hope everyone in your class passed it like a quarterback. They asked if you're harder than Mrs. Ricken, but I missed that reading check on Varda, man. Didn't listen when you said that we needed to read stuff. So I toughened up because I was softer than a cream puff. But when you combine it with Carney for history, it's rough. But I am no pansy. As I lay dying, I did my IOC on Ansi. I guessed Horatio when it was really Rosencrantz, and I almost peed my pants with all of my BSing, second guessing. Felt like I was confessing under duress. My knuckles were going white from pressing under the desk, and I stumbled across a piece of advice that was a blessing. They said that if you're nervous, just picture your audience undressing. I'm kidding. I am smarter than Dewey and Dell combined. Anybody remember that Robert Frost poem, Design? No. Of course not. You were too caught up in Taliban and listening to Carney's random facts on Joseph Stalin when we should have been focusing on more important things, like the alliteration of S. It's so exciting to see how your analysis is a mess. No offense to biblical allusions, but I think that you're just jumping to conclusions. You gave us back our popsicle sticks, blue stains in your hands. Even though you felt like giving up, we stayed in your plans, so we stayed as your fans. You didn't sell us out. It's getting so cheesy now, but that's what it's all about. We will miss your moos and your gobble gobbles. I'm sorry I'm so loud when I'm drinking my water bottle. Guess I'm just thirsty, like Siddhartha. Thirsty for that knowledge. Who am I kidding? I stopped when I heard back from my college. But I am interested in a different type of learning, hopefully one will teach me that it doesn't matter what I'm earning, it's all about returning the favor, and that way you can savor. When life gives you lemons and you can't pick a different flavor, don't make it your enemy, go make some lemonade. We make our own choices. You can be a renegade if you want to, because Cassidy taught us there are more important things in life. Might be the end of high school, but there is no end in sight. Sure, Cass is nice, creativity, action, and service, but if you think IB is just a bunch of nerds looking at the surface, we are the laziest group of students. Always complaining on Facebook, acting all confused, but really it was such a helpful, fun, distracting atmosphere. But IB wouldn't be as special if it had the mass appeal. We should be so proud to have been taught by the best. We fought through the stress, the classes, the tests, from Cass to the death of Hamlet. Now it is time to be enlightened, picked from the great oak tree of knowledge. We are ripened, ready for the future, and we will never stop. After graduating, we will have fought such a barbaric yop and dedicated to you like you were dedicated to us. We all worked together, never threw anyone under the bus. All the little bumps in the road had proven inconsequential. We trusted in our potential. We trusted in your credentials. It's all about your conviction. It's all about your conviction. IB has been an addiction. Hopefully we will live up to so much more than the scores of your prediction. No more analyzing diction, fiction for now. No more friction for now. Let's just put on our gowns, take a picture and smile. For the yearbook, Ingenium. Other teachers are good, but Cassidy's the premium. Makes you reflect at all the moments you spent. Cassidy said it's hammer time, so we're leaving a dent at this great school, great oak, this great tree. Well, you can make rules, but we will break free, because we have grown up, drastically or passively, and we have you to thank. So thank you, Mrs. Cassidy. Who says we can't go through hell? This is We Love You from the class of 2012.
That was good.
You're so cute. Bootlegs, got the trilogy. You're good.
SSR.